Hello, and thank you for choosing low-cost Interlock. We are a leading provider of state-approved ignition interlock devices with over 400 locations nationwide. We offer the cheapest, easiest, fastest, most reliable interlock device, period. Our system is less complicated and more sanitary than other devices. An ignition interlock device is an extremely sensitive piece of equipment that needs to be cared for in order to work correctly and keep you on the road. The LCI 777 device is essentially a breathalyzer, cell phone, and car alarm all rolled into one. Each of these parts are critical to the proper function of the system. One of the most common causes of device malfunction is improper handling, storage, and/or abuse. If the handset was dropped, crushed, stepped on, wedged against something, or the cord is damaged or crimped, it could easily stop the system from communicating and prevent your car from starting. To avoid damage and the possibility of being stranded or triggering a tampering event, we recommend that you keep the handset on the passenger seat when not in use to keep it away from potential hazards. By properly caring for this highly sensitive piece of technical equipment, you will ensure that your IID program will be without incident or unnecessary extension of time. In this training video, we will show you how to operate the LCI 777 ignition interlock device and troubleshoot some of the most common issues. So, let's get started. The very first step in the IID process is to have the device professionally installed at a state-certified service center. Fortunately, low-cost Interlock works with hundreds of these state-approved service centers throughout the nation. A list of state-approved service center locations can be found on our website, lowcostinterlock.com. If you choose low-cost Interlock, we'll help you schedule an appointment to have the device installed at the state-approved service center in your area. On the day and time of your appointment, bring your vehicle and government-issued identification to the service center, where the certified technician will install the ignition interlock device in accordance with your state's guidelines. This is also where you will complete any documentation requirements and receive training on the basic operation of the IID. Starting your vehicle. To start your vehicle, first activate the ignition interlock device through Low-Cost Interlock's industry-first mobile warm-up application. Turn the ignition key in the vehicle to the on position, or if your vehicle has a push-button start, press the start button. Once the device is ready, it will prompt you to submit a breath sample. To submit a breath sample, take a deep breath, seal your lips around the mouthpiece, and exhale at a steady pace for a minimum of 3 seconds. The handset will detect your breath flow and will emit a continuous tone if you are providing a sufficient sample. Once the sample is complete, the tone will stop, followed by a click sound. Once you hear the click, you can stop submitting your sample. If your sample is successful, the handset display will turn green and you will see "Pass" appear on the screen. You may now start your vehicle. If there is a problem with your breath sample, you may see other notifications on the handset display. In some cases, you may see a red screen appear with the words "Fail." This displays if the device detects alcohol. If you have not consumed alcohol, you are encouraged to rinse your mouth with water, air out your vehicle, and try again once the device allows you to do so. Failed tests are considered violations and might extend your interlock period. Later in this video, we will discuss certain foods or items to avoid that could cause alcohol readings by the device. If the test sample was not given correctly, an insufficient sample notification will appear, telling you how to give a correct sample. Rolling retests. As required by your state's IID rules, during extended drive cycles, you will need to periodically perform what is known as a rolling retest. At random intervals following an engine start, your device will power on and you will hear a series of continuous beeps alerting the driver that another breath sample is required. You will have a minimum of 5 minutes to submit the required breath sample. It is recommended that you pull the vehicle over in a safe location to submit retest breath samples. If the sample is acceptable, retest passed will appear on the handset display. Remember to follow the directions on the handset and provide all retests as requested, even if you've already turned the vehicle off. Maintenance. An ignition interlock device is a sensitive piece of electronic equipment. Care must be taken to ensure it is not abused or damaged, which could result in device malfunctions or a stranded vehicle. All interlock devices are equipped with a removable mouthpiece that should be cleaned periodically. To clean the mouthpiece, pull it out of the handset, wash with warm soapy water, rinse with clean water, and let the mouthpiece dry thoroughly. To ensure it is completely dry and free-flowing, blow through the mouthpiece before reinstalling it in the handset. Each LCI device comes with more than one mouthpiece, so it's a good idea to keep an extra one in the vehicle as a replacement if needed. As mentioned at the top of this video, we can't stress enough the importance of caring for your ignition interlock device. Proper care will ensure that you are able to start and drive your vehicle when you need to. In addition to proper handling and storage of the handset itself, the handset cord is another critical component that, if damaged, will affect the operation of the vehicle. Be careful not to pinch, cut, or overstretch the cord, as this could cause power or communication issues. Calibration. All jurisdictions require periodic calibration service. A reminder will appear on the device's handset display when a required calibration date is approaching, but keep track of your next calibration due date, as it is ultimately your responsibility to fulfill this requirement, regardless of whether the device reminds you to do so. You will see a countdown on the screen letting you know how many days you have left until the device will lock out. Once you pass the required date of service, the device will display Service Lock and your vehicle will be immobilized. Please note, failure to comply with required calibration procedures can result in your vehicle being immobilized until reset, at your expense, and potential extension of your IID program requirement. Your vehicle must be present for all services. The calibration process typically takes less than 15 minutes and is usually performed by the service center where the installation took place, but can be performed at any service center found on our website. Unit violations. In accordance with state or court requirements, interlock devices record and log when violations occur and report them to your monitoring agency. Also, depending on your state's individual requirements, violations may trigger the device to enter an early recall mode. This will require you to return to a service center to reset the device within a set amount of time. Here are the main causes that will trigger a unit violation: failing a startup test, missing or failing a rolling retest, tampering or attempting to disable or circumvent the device in any way, failing to appear for a regularly scheduled calibration, or failing to pay monthly service fees will all result in non-compliance of your IID program. Avoid failed samples. Even though you might have not been consuming alcohol, there are some everyday items or food that can cause the interlock device to detect alcohol. In this section, we will discuss some of these items to help you avoid this type of violation. Common everyday products such as mouthwash, hand sanitizer, perfumes, colognes, liquid or gel air fresheners, liquid medications, breath sprays, radiator fluent/coolant, and windshield wiper fluid can contain trace amounts of alcohol that can be detected by the device. Always use alcohol-free products when possible. It is recommended that you do not consume these products for at least 15 minutes before submitting a breath sample. It is also recommended that you do not store these items inside the cabin or trunk of your vehicle. Other less common items that can cause a positive reading: bread products containing yeast, cakes and pastries containing vanilla extract, fermented food and drinks, energy drinks, candy, and protein bars. If you do happen to consume these products, rinse your mouth with water and wait 3 minutes before submitting a breath sample. It's also important to note that you should never leave your vehicle running when you are not in the vehicle, as the device could prompt for a retest while you are not there to provide a sample, which could cause a violation. Removal. After your required IID period is complete, removal of the device will be performed by a certified technician, typically at the same service center where the device was installed. Do not attempt to remove the device yourself. Some jurisdictions consider this tampering and could result in strict penalties, including utilizing the device for an extended period of time. Once you have met your jurisdictional requirements for removal, visit our website, lowcostinterlock.com, and go to the Removal Request page to submit a request for removal of your ignition interlock device. On your scheduled day for removal, return to your regular service center where the technician will remove the device from your vehicle. And now you're one step closer to getting back on the road. If you have any questions concerning your interlock device, please visit us at lowcostinterlock.com. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to keep up with all the latest videos and updates from Low Cost Interlock. Thank you for watching and choosing Low Cost Interlock to be your ignition interlock provider.